Okay, so at this point in time, we are going to be taking a look at what I call. Hold on. Turn this off for a second. Uh, so we're using Lord One Grace as the commander. The name of this deck, as I named it, was the Sliver Killer. You have your divvy up of lands, a nice little stack of creatures. We'll get to that in a minute because that has a couple of plays in it. And turn that back on so you can kind of see them better. Your set of planeswalkers. Your artifacts, which the artifacts are mostly there to guard your big hitters along with your planeswalkers. Their main goal in this deck is to guard your big hitters. That's the way majority of these cards are designed. Most of the theme for this deck is landfall with some land sacrifices because of Windgrace's ability. Weighted heavily, very heavily, on his minus 11 ability. I'll have to turn that off. Is back over. We got some little. See if I can get some better light up in here. Alright, so you got his minus 11 ability, which comes in handy, especially when you're dealing with the slivers. My wife's uncle's got a bad habit of using the first sliver's cascade ability with a couple of other tricks, and it just ends poorly for me, usually. So I finally got enough of it and built this deck. Alright, so one of my favorite runs for this deck has to do with your creatures. Okay, I'm going to set y'all down for a minute, so it's going to go dark. I'll talk y'all through it and then show you. So a few of the creatures you've got in here are as followed. These creatures are mostly there to give you an advantage over your opponent, because for the most part, your opponent's going to, like I said, it's the Sliver Killer. Your opponent's going to come at you hard and fast. So you need things like Lawless Troll, Dragon Mage, Chellin Lahorde Worm, probably pronouncing that wrong, and that's all in that stack. Let me see. Belith Null. If you guys already know what these cards are and what they do, you already know what the plan is. Yeah, okay. So, one of the best opening plays is an expensive one. And it's these two cards right here. Lala Troll and Challenge Worm. If played properly, Lala Troll's ability basically states you discard. Yeah. You discard a creature card and put a +1/+1 counter on Lala Troll. Okay? He's a green-black cost creature. Alright, once you've got Lalatrol doing what it does best, if you can get you an opening in your opponent, this card comes in handy. It's four colorless, one black, one red, one green, and his ability, partnered perfectly with Lalatrol, comes in handy. Because Lalatrol's sending them to the graveyard, every time he attacks, he's bringing 2 of them back. So, it's a good setup. If you get into a bind and can't get those 2 to do right for you, this card, Dragon Mage, can be your friend as well. If your opponent's practically got you pinned, you can remove a few of their good cards. Now, as I was saying, Dragon Mage has an ability that basically allows you to start over. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, each player discards their hand, then draws 7 cards. That is, hey, I can't get, that's basically your card saying, hey, I can't get nothing out there to slow you down. I can't get nothing out there to stop you. I'm going to stop you my own little way. It is expensive to play. It is a 7 mana drop, 7 mana cost, 5/5 creature. So, I mean, facing the slivers, it can be useful. The other card, Baloth Null, is similar to Chalice Hardworm, but it's cheaper. It, well, here. I'll let y'all see for yourself. Like I said, at any point when I'm showing cards, if I move too fast, feel free to pause the video to read them. But anyways, when it enters the battlefield, return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. So, like I said, it's like Chalice Hardworm. The only difference is it's a one-time use. So if you've already got Lalatrol out there, and Lalatrol's already gone 2-3 turns, Baloth Null can come out and basically give you those at least 2 turns back. So you get 2 free sacrifices on creatures. Useful card. Because like I said, you're sending things to the graveyard to shut your opponent down as fast as you can, because you don't want your opponent to get the sliver. If you build it this way, you're building it to shut down the slivers, is your main goal. You want to stop the slivers any way you can. The next thing on the list is a few of the enchantments. I know we were just discussing creatures. These enchantments can be useful to you. Number 1, Death Reap Ritual. Basically, at the beginning of each end step, if a creature died this turn, you may draw a card. Going back to Lalatrol. If you're weighted heavily on creatures, Lalatrol just got him a creature that he could send to the graveyard. Useful ability. The other one is Fires of Yameva, which gives all your creatures haste, which is good, again, for Lalatrol, because you can build him up fast. If you've got a handful of, like, your whole entire 7 cards is nothing but creatures after you've got him out there. Sack all them, well, 6 creatures, excuse me. Sack all your creatures and play with Fires of Yameva. He's now an 8/7 and already got haste with trample. Perfect combo right there. Alright. Now, we're going to get on to our planeswalkers. Ideally, now, this is all hypothetical. Can it be accomplished? I've only been able to do it once. Been able to halfway shut down the slivers, and when given the chance, I'm not a ruthless player by any means. I built one ruthless deck, and I'm ripping it apart for you guys to see Roughly, I built this with no blueprint, no rough idea on where I was going with it. Just, I want to tear down the slivers. I want to kill them. I want to beat them hard. The faster I can beat them, the better. One of those cards I was hoping that could help me do it was Gorok Unleashed. Now, as you'll see later on as the game our playings go on, Gorok is my go-to planeswalker. When I get into a bind, he's the one I want to pull. This one's abilities, his +1 is up to one target creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample until end of turn. It can be useful. Like I said, if something removes trample from you, you can give it back. His -2, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. Then if any opponents control more creatures than you, put a loyalty counter on him. So you could basically get it to cancel out. And his final one is you get an emblem at the beginning of your end step. You may search your library for a creature card. Alright, but he basically gives you a power bonus ability. Like I said, supper's ready. So, like, comment, subscribe if y'all want a part 2 to this. And, yeah, there probably will be a part 2. Yeah. Y'all have a great day.